Good evening to everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Today we are going to discuss that is Unit 2, Block 2 and Unit 5. That is the techniques of assessment and evaluation. Techniques of assessment and evaluation. In previous class already we have discussed regarding the assessment and evaluation. But today we are going to discuss regarding the techniques of assessment and evaluation. In the techniques of assessment and evaluation, next page was there. Techniques of assessment and evaluation, we are going to discuss regarding the concept test, assignments, self-report techniques, reflective journal, seminar, debates, project work, and club activities. And when we are going to discuss, Ajay sir, Ajay sir,
Sir,
next,
ସେଠି ଅଡୁଆ ହବ ବୋଧେ ଆଉ
ବୁଢା ଅଡୁଆଳ ହବ
ହଁ ଏଇ
ମୋ
କଲା ବେଳକୁ
ମୋ ମୋ
ହଁ ସାର୍
ଷ୍ଟାଇଲରେ ମୁଁ କରୁଥିଲି
ହଁ
ନା
ଏଇଆ ହିଁ ସମସ୍ୟା ହବ ଆପଣ ସାର୍ କହି ଚାଲନ୍ତୁ
କହିଲେ ଲାଭ କଣ ଅଛି?
ଆଉ ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣ ସେୟାର କରିବେ
ମୁଁ ସେୟାର ଆଉଥରେ କରିବି, କରୁଛି ଯଦି ହେଇଗଲା ଏଥର ଦେଖୁଛି,
ଆଉ
ଯଦି
ଥରେ
ତ ହେଇଯିବ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ
ହେଇଯିବ ନହେଲେ ନାହିଁ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ସାର୍
ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖୁଛି,
ସାର୍
ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ବା ଗୋଟେ ମୁଡରେ କହୁଥିବ ସେତେବେଳକୁ ହଉନଥିବ, କାହିଁ ହଉନି ଜାଣିପାରୁନି କିଛି। Switch here. Problem is there. Ajay sir, hello. ଅଜୟ ଦେଖଉଥା ଯେତିକି ହବ ହେଲା, ଅଜୟ କୁମାର, ଅକ୍ଷୟ Okay, thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, okay, we are going to discuss. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir. Okay. Techniques of assessment and evaluation. Here we will have to discuss the concept test, assignments, self-report techniques, reflective journal, seminar, debates, project work, and club activities. First is concept test. What do you mean by concept? Concept regarding a particular object or subject. That when we are conducting the concept test, then definitely we will have to take the help of the teachers. That we must have to know how far the students has the sufficient knowledge regarding a concept. Suppose tree is a concept. How far the students are going to explain about the trees, different types of the trees. So definitely we must have to create the situation, and we will have to provide the scope for short lectures. And sometimes we must have to put some multiple choice questions so that we can able to know the concept of the particular subject. So definitely if we have not clear regarding the concept, basic concept, then definitely we cannot go ahead. So if we will put some questions, then we can assess that how far the students has the sufficient knowledge about the content area. Self-report technique. Self-report technique means it is a technique where we can able to get the information from the students. Self-report techniques, just like we are going in contact with the students and get the answers from the student putting some questions. And sometimes we are also using the techniques. That techniques is known as the interview, diaries, questionnaire, and reflective journals. Self-reporting techniques, these are all. It is very easy to assess the various traits and attitudes possessed by the individuals. And you know the traits, there are certain traits which we have, and according to the traits, we are going to express ourselves. Attitude, you all know that it is nothing but in Oriya we are saying the monobhava. And what is the meaning of the attitude? And attitude is nothing but a state or emotional readiness to react in a particular situation or a particular person. Because if you have the attitude, positive attitudes towards your mother, then you can able to listen the words of the mothers. If you have the positive attitudes towards the father, then definitely you can have to listen your father and you can obey. And you know that these self-report techniques is nothing but it is subjective. It provides to extract the hidden treasure of one's behavior or pattern of personality, and it is possible only through by the teacher. Another is interview. You know that interview is a two-way process. One is interview and interviewer. Interviewer asks some questions and interview is there to answer on a particular topic. And it may be semi-structure or it may be structure. And when we are using the different media for the interview, definitely by phone we can able have a talk, through email we can able get the answer, by person we are also getting the answer. But in case of the semi-structure interview, the interviewer has an idea about the type of questions. Semi-structure means it is not structured properly, that is semi-structure. And the teacher is already have the sufficient knowledge regarding the topic which he has to cover. But in case of the structure interview, Specific questions have to be prepared and specific questions are to be asked during the interview. And it is nothing but considered as an interpersonal encounter. When we are asking the question, the person concerned will answer the question. And if there will be the argument, then the person concerned should participate. Here it will have to establish a rapport, and that rapport is very important. And impartially the response will have to be recorded. So during interview, whether the student understand the particular concept or not, we are able to know. But in a systematic manner, when we are planning for a discussion, that is known as the group discussion, a moderator is there. And a moderator is creating the situation to extract the information about a particular topic from the person concerned. The moderator leads the discussion with a small group of the individuals. And there, the individuals are applying their thinking, and the interviewer will able to know the thinking and feeling of the group members. We are giving focus on a particular group, small group. And when there will be the discussion, group discussion, then definitely it will pass from one to another. And it will able to get the information from the students. So we sometimes use the open-ended questions, or sometimes we are also using the close-ended questions. Open-ended question, we are getting the answer perfectly, utilizing his own concept. One can able to explain. But closed-ended question, the answer is very objective. There we will have to get one question. So here, for the different purposes, we are conducting the group discussion, that it will generate the new ideas and concept, and we will have to obtain the general background of the information and topic which the concerned person is interested. And sometimes the research hypothesis we can able to apply, that if the problem is there, what will be the solutions? The solution will definitely in the different ways. When you are crossing the river, at that time, whether you will have to use the boat or whether you will have to go by the bridge, it is up to you. But you will have to consider the distance and also the depth of the water in the river. In sometimes it helps to diagnose the problem. You can able to solve the problem. And the respondents are talking each other on the selected topic. These are all we can say about the interview regarding the concept test, self-report techniques, interview, and group discussion, focus group discussion. Then we'll come to the questionnaire. What do you mean by the questionnaire? Questionnaire means what? Can you tell me? We'll have to prepare the questions. Then we'll have to give the participant. Then they will have to answer the questions. The questionnaire may be open-ended question and closed-ended questions. We can obtain the information about the thoughts, feelings and attitudes, beliefs and values and perceptions and personality about the participant. Suppose open-ended question, when we are putting, that is, we can able to ask some question which is related to answer according to his own interest. The inner words will come out. What do you know about Mahatma Gandhi? But Another question is, in which year Mahatma Gandhi born? Then answer is one there. But what do you know about the Mahatma Gandhi? The answer is vast. Then participant will able to express in our words. But when we are thinking about the reflective journal, do you know what is journal? Journal means where we are writing something, our articles, and the experts are there to select the articles whether it is to be published or not, or whether it is original or not. Sometimes the students are also writing the essay, poems, and also the autobiography, whatever it may be. They are also writing regarding their subject also. They can write their achievements and difficulties, what they are facing in the learning situation. When the students can write, they will have to utilize their intelligence, and they will have to write in a innovative way so that his write-up will be accepted by the all. But when we are going to write something, then we are thinking that whether it is accepted by the all or not, whether there will be the criticism or not. So whenever you are writing something, at that time it should be original, and writing is a non-threatening way. That information what is coming, or what information you will have to get, and in which way you will have to think, what you are feeling, then you can able to express. So writing is an art. If you will write, then you can write. If you will not write, then you will always hesitate to write something. But whenever you are writing something, at that time you must have to know that in what aspect I will have to write and what result I will have to get. When should I use it? You may write it daily or weekly. Self-assessment tool. It is the self-assessment tool for the students. When we will see the write-up, we can able to know that what knowledge he has got at the end of the unit or topic or project, or how far he is communicating to the others. So journal writing is also very much essential to enhance the higher order of thinking. It helps for the self assessment, and also it can set the goals for future learning. Sometimes whenever we are writing anything, at that time we are also writing, keeping in mind our sense that my article has the ownership of mine, and I have not copied anything from the other's article. If you will control your own writing, then originality is there, and your reflective thinking can be supported, and opportunities will be provided to reflect your own learning. So definitely I can say you that if you write something, then you can promote your creativity. Next method is assignment. Sometimes the teachers are giving us the assignment. In case of the primary level, the assignments are there, handwriting or table, whatever it may be. So assignments are given by the teacher. Teacher assigns some text to the students, and also teachers are expected that the student will complete it during or after the school hours, and definitely it will able to assess the students' understanding capacity. And we must have to keep in our mind that class is the appropriate field where we can give the assignment to the students, and we can collect during the class periods. So different type of the assignment we can able to give to the students what they are interested and according to the learning levels. And we can able to judge the progress in learning and understanding and critical thinking of the students. Hello. Hello. Then come to the observation technique. Observation meaning what? To observe. What we have to observe? What we are doing in the different situations. So definitely teachers have to observe the students while they are facing the problems, while they are interacting with the peer groups, and while they are sitting inside the classroom, and while they are remaining the attentive or not. And if we will observe the students, definitely we can able to know the learning and growth of the students in the academic field. Observation is nothing but a technique where you can evaluate the various aspects of the students, where in the controlled situation or in the uncontrolled situation. Controlled situation means inside the classroom, the students are controlled. Inside the classroom, the students are controlled. And when they will go to outside, they are all in the uncontrolled situation. But what they are behaving in the outside, it is not possible to observe by the teacher. Then we must have to know the first-hand information as experienced in the specific moment. If we will have a pre-planned program, then definitely we can able to know what the students are doing in the inside. So definitely we can able to observe through participant observation. That is, the teacher will be the part and parcel of the group where the students is going to interact. Participant, but the student will not able to know. But uncontrolled situation, what the student is going in the outside, the teacher is to observe in such a manner so that the student will not able to know that one is observing him. Outside, we must have to use the several methods. And after observation, then definitely we will have to prepare a checklist. What we are getting, what we are observing, what criteria are to be observed. And we can collect from the peer groups also. And after the observation, what specific outcomes are there to assess. So definitely observation is a process through which we can able to collect the maximum information about the students. We'll have to fix a target so that the traits and qualities of the individual will be taken into consideration. When we are collecting the information, we will have to request the student to change the behavior. Generally, we will have two types of the observation. Previously, I have told you participant observation and non-participant observation. In the participant observation, definitely the observer becomes a member of the group. Previously, I have told you. So, same member is a group. Tenu observation provides there only the reliable result. Which one is trustworthy? But if the student will know that teacher is observing him, then definitely he will have to change the behavior. Suppose you are all the students, But when you will have to face your parents, then you can change your behavior. But when you will get the opportunity in the outside, you can freely express yourself because nobody is there to observe. Non-participant observation. Observation the group passively from a distance. The observer will remain at a distance and observe the person concerned in the group. So non-participant observation helps only to record the behavior of a particular person or group in detail. Next is peer assessment. So definitely the teacher must have to follow the observation method. It may be participant or it may be non-participant. Peer assessment, you know the meaning of the peer, that when we are remaining in a particular group, the student is there. So let the group of the students to assess the other students because they are having the interpersonal skills. They may help the teacher. And sometimes when the students will observe the behaviors of the other students, they will become impartial. They improve listening skills. They inculcate the team spirit. Leadership quality is there. Time management is there. Suppose the students are going to observe the behaviors of the friends, means peer groups, then definitely they must have to concern with the impartial attitudes of themselves. And you all know the attitudes, the feeling of yourself, and your listening capacity. How you are inculcating the team spirit. When you will have to remain in a team, definitely you must have to accept the discipline of the team. And the students should internalize the quality of the work while they are evaluating the work of their peers. Suppose monitor is there, others are there. When we are saying that you will have to observe the others, then definitely we are getting the result from them. And it is nothing but a supportive work. And there will be the effectiveness of interaction. And it will be very comfortable. And it is very trustworthy. And it will provide the constructive feedback to the teachers. What benefit we will have to get of the peer assessment? Autonomy is there. The students will get the autonomy. They are empowered to assess the others. They will have to develop their confidence to assess their own friends. And it is nothing but a self-evaluation process. What the teachers require, what the teachers desires, that will be also, that data will be collected by them. And through interactive classroom situations, we are getting the marks, we are also getting the feedback. It is very clear that when the peers are collecting the data, sometimes they may have the mistakes, but we must have to avoid them and request them to not to follow in future. And they will learn to stand back from their own work. And sometimes it will help them to observe objectively, unbiasedly. In a scientific way, they will have to observe everything. Then another method is sociometric technique. Sociometric is also one type of the technique which is related to sociogram. Suppose through graph or pictures, we can able to see the relationship of the friends. Suppose 5 students are there. If one student is liked by the 4, then he should be the leader. In a group of 50 students, sometimes if we will have a sociometric, then definitely we will have to know that what companionship of the students are there and how a particular student is liked by the others and not liked by the others. Sometimes the relationship is there. So sociometric is nothing but a technique which can gives us the objective picture of social relationship inside the classroom situation. And the word sociometry is originated from the Latin words socios, meaning companion, and metron means the measure. So the purpose of the sociogram is nothing to find out the basic network of the friendship. How we are organizing the friendship, what type of the relationship we are maintaining with the others. One who has the more relationship, he has some social qualities or he has followed certain social values. And that's why he is to be recognized by the others. And others will also love him. That in the sociometric context, will collect the information that who are your best friends and how will behave with the best friends. That we'll have to get the fixed positive nomination technique. It is nothing but a nomination technique. And sometimes some friends are also rejecting the person consent. Sociometric technique is nothing but it is has the impact on friendship within the classroom situation. And there we'll have to find out the interpersonal rejection is there. And problems related, sometimes we are finding the problems which are related to academic and socio-emotional adjustment. Because if you are not academically sound, you are also losing your friends. If you have no socio-emotional adjustment, then definitely you cannot be get a position there. A portfolio. Portfolios means it is nothing but a collection. याकु आमे एक संग्रह कहि परिबा, याकु एक व्यक्तिगत आल्बम भी कहि परिबा। एथरे शिक्षागत कलात्मक कार्यगुड़िक सबुजाक ओतप्रोत भाव जड़ित होइकि थाए। एहाकु आमे एक संग्रह मध्य कहि परिबा। आमर दक्षता साफल्यता एथरे प्रतिफलित होइथाए। एइटा आमर प्रगति को दर्शाइ थाए एवं कार्यदक्षता को मूल्यांकन करिथाए। तेणु पोर्टफोलियोज definitely systematically organized collection of the students' work. It covers a specific period of time. And what we have the proficiency over a period of time, we can display it in a writing. And you know that portfolio assessment represents the components of portfolios will vary depending on the subject. Even so many subjects are there, and at that time you know that sometimes in the portfolios we can able to assemble the completed assignment. Any assignment which you have completed, it should be reflected there. Journal writings, your write-ups will be there, and your photos, your sketch and other visuals which you have collected, that should be included. That is, it is nothing but a showcase, and that showcase will also gives you your recognition, that whenever anybody will go, if anybody's house, then automatically there is a showcase. Here all the students' achievements, photos, sketches, and all the items are there. Whenever anybody is seeing all these things, he can able to know that what type of the student he or she is. And it is nothing but a self-assessment statement. And it is nothing but an ongoing dialogue between the teacher and the students, that what type of the written comments sometimes the student is getting regarding his or her own portfolios. So portfolio assessment focuses on the student's progress, performance over a period of time. And you know that the process of portfolio, what the student is collecting, then definitely it is reflects both the formative and summative assessment. Formative and summative assessment, you know that formative assessment while one is going to learn the unit by process of study. Summative is after getting the evaluation of last process, where we will have to get the grade or certificate. So portfolios we can able to demonstrate. It is nothing but a demonstrate process where we will have to know the different problem solving capacity of the students, creativity of the students, and literary activities of the students. Overall, we can say that portfolio is to provide evidence about a set of learning objectives mastered by the students. If the students will not master about anything, then it will not come to the personal album. So what taxes he has done, what achievement he have achieved, all should be in the personal album of the students. So students' portfolios promote or support the students' learning. He can develop the interest to participate in the selection of the content, and he will also develop to write more and more, and he can able to communicate everything to the teachers regarding his or her activities. But when we are concerned with the project work, you know that project now in the degree stage or in the school stage, there are so many project work are given to the students, and the students are also bound to do all type of the project work. Project work allows students to think beyond the limits of the classroom. Suppose when the teachers are saying that you will have to select a project, suppose science project, and come to participate in the science exhibition, then definitely you must have to select what beyond the classroom situation, so that everybody will be appreciate you. And various skills, behaviors, and confidence will have to taken into consideration. And it provides a learning, it provides learning environment. Means what? It allows the students to question, to analyze, to evaluate, and after that they can able to go higher order of thinking. During the project work, at that time he can able to assess the skills and also the problem solving, decision making, communication skills are to be developed. And you know that a teacher or a prospective teacher always assess the work of the students through the project work of the students. The project work will help the students, help the teacher to judge the students. Next, we'll have to go to the rubrics. rubrics is nothing but a title or set of instruction in a book, an examination paper, usually printed in a particular style. Then what is rubric? These are all the criteria which is related the learner's engagement in the real world work. And you know that ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ rubric କଥା ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବା ସେତେବେଳେ it is very much helpful for the evaluation. We'll have to develop, the teacher will have to develop the rubric where he will have to make a format. There will be the content area. What content are taken into consideration or what criteria is related to the learner's engagement. And definitely it will help to assess in the group work. So definitely rubric assesses students' use of higher order thinking and problem solving skills. There is no need to explain regarding the debate. You all know the debate.
सर ठीक सर
Any question? बोलिए.
सर
Hello.
रुब्रिक पे सर टिके क्लासरूम एग्जांपल माने एग्जांपल टिके दियंती सिचुएशन दे
रुब्रिक अच्छी आप परे गोटे अच्छी पढ़िया पे रुब्रिक टा हैला कि सेतरे मु कहि देबी तुमको रुब्रिक टा होची कोन कि आमे जतेबेले शिक्षक गोटे रुब्रिक तयारी करू सेतेबेले देखू जे जे जो जिंस गुडा को हमको एग्जामिन करिया को पड़िबो से गुडा ता भीतर अछि ना नाही क्लियर तार तो गोटे फॉर्मेट हमको तयारी करिया को पड़िबो बिफोर इवैल्यूएशन एवं सेठी देखिया को पड़िबो तरे विषय वस्तु गुडी को अछि ना नाही आ जहा अच्छी विकसित होइछि मूल्यांकन पय जा तयारी होइछि सेथरे कोन होइछि ना सेटा ताळमेल खाउछि ना नाही बुझिले कि हां देखिए नेक्स्ट अछि कहबी कहि देबी नल सरियोनी एगुडा तापरे होछि डिबेट डिबेट होछि इट इज अ डायलॉग where one topic is to be debated and here the size should not exceed from 10 or 5 is also better. When the debate is conducting, at that time a moderator is there. He will provide the guidelines, the structure of the debate, the topic of the debate, timing, also that how it will be evaluated. When we are going to evaluate the speech, then definitely we must have to consider the relevance of the content, his presentation style, what clarity he is providing through argument, what type of the logical approach is there. And another is how far he has developed the quality of the rebuttal. Rebuttal means you know that what quality he has to get गुणवत्ता जोडे खंडन कर परिबो जे जे आर्गुमेंट करछि ताकू केमती जुक्ति करी कि तो खंडन कर परछि. And in the debate we can develop certain skills, that is listening, rapid response we have to give, speaking capacity, and in a particular issue how far we are able to explain the subject matter. Next method is school club activities. School club activities, you know that different school clubs are formed, and we are also getting in the library, we are in the school, we are getting the library, science laboratory, different type of the subjects. The different type of the subjects are also forming the club. Suppose science club, social science club, mathematics club, sports club, tourism club. And when they are forming the clubs, at that time they are conducting different activities. It may be the quiz competition, it may be the seminar, it may be the debate, elocution, competition, tour, whatever it may be. It may be the gardening, awareness campaigns are there. So definitely all these activities, when it is performed inside this school, then it helps the teacher to assess the students, the team spirit, self-discipline, how he is performing his duty inside in the group, his initiation, accountability, and time management, everything will be taken into consideration. So another is cooperative learning and social skill. Cooperative learning means when we are performing our tasks in the group, we are very cooperative to each other. So rather than competing for the rewards for achievement, members of the group cooperate each other. That also we are not concerned about the achievement of the group, but we must have to know that what type of the group cooperation we'll have to perform. Hello. So in the group and in the cooperative learning and social skills are there, and you know that working collaboration. Hello. Who is talking? Working collaboratively in an important life skill. You know that when we are facing the problem, then definitely we'll have to solve the problem immediately. And another method is seminar is there. You know all the seminar. Seminar is an activity where the social skills are to be reflected. And you know that before conducting the seminar, at that time we must have to consult with the pre-seminar stage, seminar stage, and post-seminar stage. During the pre-seminar stage, students can also cover the topic. Pre-seminar stage.
ସେ ଆଉ କଣ ତାଙ୍କର ବସିଥିବ ନା ବୈଠକ ବସିଥିବ ନା ଜଣା କଥା ଡିସିସନ ନା
Hello. Hello, କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କୁହନ୍ତୁ? Hello.
ସରି ସାର୍
Hello.
ସରି ସାର୍ ଏପଟରେ ସରି ସାର୍
ନାଇଁ କଣ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କୁହନ୍ତୁ? Freely you'll have to talk. No problem is there.
ସରି ସାର୍ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ କଲା ସାର୍ ଟିକେ
Seminar रे definitely ଆମମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ seminar conduct କରୁ at that time we are going through the pre-seminar stage, seminar stage, and post-seminar stage. During the pre-seminar stage, definitely we are concerned how we will have to draft a topic regarding the seminar. During the seminar, then how the topic will be presented. Post-seminar stages, definitely we will have to think about the reactions of the audience. But after that, we will have to write the seminar report. Okay, fifth unit is over, and we are going to the sixth unit, that is the criteria of a good tool. Evaluation tools. When we are conducting the evaluation, at that time we are using the different type of the tools. Suppose in the classroom, we are using the two types of the tools to evaluate the academic performance. One is self-made and another is standardized. Self-made tool is nothing but a teacher-made test. And standardized tools is nothing where we will have to obey or follow certain criteria or certain principles. And if we will not follow it, then it will not be standardized. And you know that when we are thinking about the teacher-made test, basically we are giving importance to assess the performance of the students regarding the various subjects. ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ teacher made test କରୁଛେ, the test is made by the teacher only, and the focuses are given on a particular class or particular subject, and teacher will form the question and he will have to get the answer. So limited purpose is there. Particular groups are tested by a particular teacher. So the test will be conducted on a particular unit. It may be quarterly or half yearly, but final examination will not be conducted with the teacher made test. But when we are concerned with the standardized test, previously I have told you that we'll have to follow certain procedures, but certain rules, or certain, we can say that we make it standardized. A particular achievement test, when we are preparing, standardized test we are preparing, planning, preparing, tryout, and evaluation. These are the procedure we have to follow. And it is built for the large group. That is your annual examination, that is the board examination, where we are considering everything, the norms. It may be the age, gender, or percentile, habitation, etc. To make it standardized, definitely we will have to take the help of the experts. You know that the 10th examination and 12th board examination is known as the standardized test. Here there is a difference. You must have to see the difference. It is very easy to understand. That purpose, what is the purpose? Teacher made test purpose only to know the progress of the students. But standardized test purpose is to provide them placement and employment. Placement and employment after getting a certificate. And preparation made by a teacher made test. And standardized test is prepared by the specialist. Groups, small groups are taken into consideration in teacher made test. Large group of the students of the state, in all the, even if India, all the students when taken into consideration, then it is standardized test. Use very limited teacher made test, but very vast. Procedure means the procedure is not followed, but here standardized procedures are followed. Norms are not developed, but norms are compulsory. Age norm haipare, grade norm haipare, whatever it may be. Statistical technique, no statistical techniques are followed for the reliability and validity of the test. What there, the statistical techniques are followed. Item analysis is there, no item analysis are there in teacher made test, but item wise analysis is made in the standardized test. The difficulty level, easy, average, and difficult question may be there in teacher made test, but generally we are going through the average or standard questions in the standardized test. Subjectivity is there in teacher made test, but in standardized test objectivity is there. Support, continuous comprehensive evaluation is there. That's why the teacher is conducting different type of the test. But here some principles are to be followed in the spirit of summative evaluation. Lastly, we are going to give a grade. And unit used quarterly, half yearly, but it is nothing but the board examination. Then let us consider the characteristics of the good test, essential qualities or characteristics of the good test. Hello.
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍, ଆମେ କ୍ୱାର୍ଟରଲି ଆଉ ହାଫ୍ ଇୟରଲି ଏକ୍ଜାମିନେସନରେ ଆମେ ବି କିଛି ନର୍ମସ୍ ତ ରଖିଥାନ୍ତି ନା ଏକ୍ଜାମ ପାଇଁ।
ଆରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଟିଚରଟେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରୁଛି ତମ ସ୍କୁଲର, ବୁଝିଲେ କି,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ କ'ଣ ଦେଖିବ, ଯେ ସେ ପିଲାଙ୍କର ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡାର୍ଡ ଦେଖିବ। ସପୋଜ କଳାହାଣ୍ଡିର ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ଟେ ତିଆରି ହେଉଛି, ହାଫ୍ ଇୟରଲି କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ବା ଇଏ ଟ୍ରାଇବାଲ ଏରିଆରେ ତିଆରି ହେଉଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ପିଲାଙ୍କର କନସର୍ନକୁ ଦେଖିବ ନା ନାହିଁ, କାପାବିଲିଟିଜ ଦେଖିବ ନା ନାହିଁ। ସପୋଜ ଅର୍ବାନ ଏରିଆରେ, ମ୍ୟୁନିସିପାଲିଟି ଏରିଆରେ ବା କର୍ପୋରେସନ ଏରିଆରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଜଣେ ତିଆରି କରୁଛି, ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ପିଲାଙ୍କର ଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡାର୍ଡ ଦେଖି ତିଆରି କରିବ ନା ନାହିଁ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍। ମୋ କଥା ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ ତ? ସବୁଯାକ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କ'ଣ ଏକା ହେଇପାରିବ? ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସ୍କୁଲର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆଣିକି ଯଦି ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା, ସବୁଯାକ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କେବେ ଏକା ନୁହଁ। ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଆର୍ ଦେୟାର। ସମଟାଇମ୍ସ ଇଜି ଥାଇପାରେ, ଆଭରେଜ ଥାଇପାରେ, ଭେରି ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ବି ଥାଇପାରେ। It depends upon the teacher, yes or no. When a teacher is preparing the question, at the time he is considering or reflecting his own idea, that whether he will have to prepare the question in the difficult manner or average manner or easy manner. Because if the easy question will not be there, then he will be warned by the headmaster or not. Why the students are not securing the good marks? Is not it possible there? Clear? But when we are conducting the board examination, if standardization will not be followed, then definitely we will not accept it. The result will not be accepted. Okay?
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
And you know that when we are conducting any type of the test, at the time we must have to consider the different aspects of the criteria, characteristics of the good test. One is reliability, another is validity, and next is usability and objectivity and a norm. Reliability means you know that consistency of the result. Consistency means what? Trustworthiness. Trustworthiness is what? Vishwasa Jogya. তার অর্থ when we are going to test or using the test, the results we are getting, and if you will be conduct the test further, then same type of the result we are expected. And you know that it is otherwise it is called the dependability by stability by consistency or predictability or accuracy of the test. Do you know that suppose I am conducting a test, I will give the test to a group of the students, then after sometimes I will have to give the same test to the group of the students. I will have to get the result. If the result correlation means we are established the relationship between the two scores. If there will be the reliability means answer will be the same or no question of variation, more variation is there, then we can say that the test is reliable. But to study the reliability of the test, definitely we must have to follow certain methods. One is test retest reliability, that is self correlation method, parallel form reliability, correlation by equivalent form, internal consistency reliability, and split half method. Test retest method means test retest reliability means one test is administered twice on the same group of the sample. जो पिलांको ऊपर टेस्ट हेतिबो सेही पिलांको ऊपर सेही टेस्ट को थरे करा जायतिला आउ थरे करा हबो जो दीटा स्कोर मिलिला ता भितरे रिलेशनशिप देखिबो फर्स्ट और सेकंड भितरे जदि कोरिलेशन सिटी अछि कोन ना पॉजिटिव अछि बा हाई अछि देन इट इज रिलायबल तेनु एथरे कोन हबो ना दीटा मेथड हम यूज करछे स्पीयरमैन रैंक डिफरेंस मेथड आ गोटे कार्ल पियर्सन्स प्रोडक्ट मूवमेंट मेथड तमे देखि परिबो तेनु एथरे कोन होउछे ना यू नो दैट द प्रोसीड्यूर इन केस ऑफ द टेस्ट रिस्टेट मेथड टेस्ट होछि सिंगल फॉर्म गोटे क्वेश्चन एडमिनिस्टर्ड ट्वाइस इन ए सिंगल ग्रुप time interval 15 days to 6 months, and determination reliability is find out the coefficient of correlation statistics. You will have to go through it, but some error is there. You know that if same question will be given further after 15 days or within the 6 months, then whether your memory will not follow it, whether practice effect will not be there, whether carryover effect is not there. तमे जो क्वेश्चन उत्तर देइतला से क्वेश्चन गुडा को मन रे निश्चित थिबो तार उत्तर मध्ये मन थिबो ताको मध्ये सेट तमे देइ परिबो तनो दिस इज द डिफेक्ट ऑफ द टेस्ट एंड रीटेस्ट मेथड सो एट द सेम टेस्ट इज एडमिनिस्टर्ड ट्वाइस ऑन द सेम ग्रुप देयर विल बी द थ्रेट ऑफ द कैरी ओवर ऑफ द इफेक्ट एंड यू नो दैट समटाइम्स वी मे रिमेंबर द मेनी आइटम्स ऑफ द फर्स्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन सो डेफिनेटली वी विल हैव टू सिक्योर द हाईएस्ट मार्क. And if the gap is less, then carryover effect is high. Here definitely we are not free from the errors, that is memory, carryover and practice and maturity effect. Parallel form method means one in test retest method we are conducting the test taking one test again, same test again. But here when we will know the errors in the test retest method, then we have think about to conduct the parallel form method. Parallel form method means in known that two lines in the parallel group. When the two parallel tests are prepared, keeping in consideration the equivalency of the all aspects, जो aspect गुडा को सही टेस्ट रे थिला सब aspect को हम नबा को पड़िबो सिमिलरिटी तार कंटेंट हो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हो टाइप्स हो नंबर ऑफ आइटम्स हो सबु जाक नहीं आमे कौन करिबा ना गोटे टेस्ट तैयारी करिबा तापर आउ गोटे टेस्ट करिबा सेम क्वेश्चन विल बी देयर जेमति हमर question porchi, set 1, set B, set C, all the questions are there, but it is parallel form method. That you will not have to effect, previous effect will not follow you. There we will have to study the internal consistency, reliability of the test. If we will get the homogeneity of the test, homogeneity means all the items will be the same in the two type of the test. जो दीटा टेस्ट करवा ताकू परफॉर्म करवा सेतरे सब आइटम गुड़ाक थिबो तेणु इट इज द कॉमन मेथड एस्टिमेटिंग द इंटरनल कंसिस्टेंसी and sometimes we are also giving importance on the split half method and rational equivalence method. Split half method means we will have to split half method. One method is there, then we will have to make it two. And I will have to say you that there are certain factors which are also influencing the reliability. Extrinsic factor of the group variability is there. If the group is not homogeneous, then definitely some problem we will have to face. And guessing or chance error is there. 50% students are answering the question through guessing. And if you will answer the question by guessing, then definitely you have no originality at all. Environmental condition is there, poor environment facilities, what we are getting in case of the light, air, everything, then definitely it will not be accepted. And momentary fluctuation is there. Momentary fluctuation means, suppose when you are writing something, at the time your pen is not working. When you are using your pencil is broken. If there will be a sudden sound, if on the road the train is running, then you will have to develop the anxiety. Then you cannot complete the test. Intrinsic factor is always relative to length of the test. If the test is lengthy, we will have the reliability of the test. If the test is lengthy, then more reliability we will have to find out. But the students will not interest to answer the question. Homogeneity of the items. And you know that homogeneity of the item means item reliability and homogeneity of the trace measure from one item to another. Sometimes we will have to consider that we will have to measure the different type of the traits what the individual had. We will consider the intelligence, aptitude, attitude, whatever it may be. Difficulty value. Difficulty value means item having indices of the difficulty value 0.5. In statistics, you can able to study it. Discriminative value also you will have to find out when we will have to follow the details, the method of the correlation in statistics. Then another is very important, it is validity. Validity means, reliability means trustworthiness, but validity means accuracy and truthfulness of the test. माने समस्तଙ୍କ घंटारे जदि एका टाइम अछि तेबे घंटा गुडी को ठीक गोटिए क्वेश्चन नो उत्तर जदि गोटिए आसिला तेबे से क्वेश्चन ता ठीक. That is the truthfulness of the test is there, accuracy of the test is there. And you know that validity is nothing but an index. It shows the degree to which the test measures what it purports to measure, what it desires to measure, what it supports to measure. जो टेस्ट जोटा इच्छा करूची सेही जिंस को हमें टेस्ट करचे ना नाही तार रिजल्ट इज वैलिड. गोटे क्वेश्चन नो उत्तर जे देखिबो से सेही नंबर ही दबो. नंबर विल vary from one examiner to another examiner. So validity is there. Which test is reliable, that is also valid. Characteristic meaning the test course will be correlated with earlier developed the valid test prepared. आगरु जो टेस्ट तैयारी ता सहित कोरिलेशन रखिया पड़िबो. And it will also nothing but the prediction for the future course of performance. And psychological construct means traits will be taken into consideration. So no test in educational psychology is perfectly valid, we can say. No test in education and psychology is perfectly valid because measurement is indirect. If test is valid, it must be reliable. And reliable test may not be valid. When we are saying that test is reliable, it may not be valid, but if it is valid, then definitely it is reliable. Truthfulness we will have to find. it indicates the degree to which the test is capable to achieve something. So validity is the best considered in terms of the matter of degree, in which way it may be high or it may be moderate or it may be the low, whatever it may be. And types of validity, we can say that face validity, content validity, criterion related validity, predictive validity, concurrent validity, construct validity, and factorial validity. Face validity is nothing but if you will see the questions, then automatically we will have to presume that the contents which are reflected in the test, it is okay. That it covers the dimension in measures, the language used, and the subject matter we have taken into consideration. That includes in the face validity of the test. ଦେଖିଦେଲେ କହିଦେବା ଯେ ଏହାର validity ଅଛି question ଟାକୁ ଧରିଲେ. Content validity means you know that when we are preparing the test, we must have to consider that all the contents of the textbook are reflected there. And content validity is very important for the achievement test. When we are preparing the question, at that time we will have to prepare the blueprint. Objectives we will have to take into consideration, contents we will have to take into consideration, and type of the question we will have to take into consideration. आमे देखिबा जे कंटेंट कोन कोन अछि केतेटा यूनिट अछि सब यूनिट रो क्वेश्चन आसीबार अछि ऑब्जेक्टिव्स भी जोटा अछि नॉलेज अंडरस्टैंडिंग एप्लीकेशन एंड स्किल ता भितर मध्ये क्वेश्चन आसीबार अछि एवं ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन बा एसे टाइप क्वेश्चन जहा करियार अछि सब जिंस को वी विल हैव टू कंसीडर सब जाक अछि ना नाही सेट में कहा जाउछि व्हेन वी आर कंडक्टिंग द अचीवमेंट टेस्ट एट दैट टाइम वी आर टेकिंग इनटू कंसीडरेशन 100 marks item means 100 each item carries only 1 mark. Objective type question, multiple choice questions will be there with 4 options. Weightage we will have to give, that is knowledge, understanding and application. These are all the objectives area. Content area, it may be the history, political science, whatever it may be. If we are taking into consideration all the subjects, then definitely we will have to divide the percentage. Criterion related question is external criteria may be taken into consideration. That is known as the predictive validity. Predictive validity, we say that पूर्वानुमोदित बद्धता जोटा कि भविष्य में जानी परिबा जे जो क्राइटेरिया में लेके टेस्ट प्रिपेयर करूचे निश्चित भाव में तार predictive validity is there. Predictive validity determines how far the test is able to predict the future results, what future result we will have to get. Concurrent validity, you know that test scores corresponding to already accepted measures of the performance. Means here, suppose you have prepared the test of the intelligence and you have to know that concurrent validity of the test, then definitely you must have to know when you are making it standardized that here what type of the criteria will have to taken into consideration. को मानदंड को लेकर हमें प्रश्न प्रस्तुत करछे केते आईक्यू इंटेलिजेंस को लेकर क्वेश्चन तैयारी करछे ताकू मध्ये हमकु देखिया को पड़िबो. कंस्ट्रक्ट वैलिडिटी, construct validity can be defined to extent to which test may be made to measure the theoretical construct. Theoretical construct means we can say that each and every subject matter has the theory. Theoretical or the traits, psychological variables are there. Definitely, when we are considering the intelligence, practice, aptitude, interest, aptitude, everything we are considering, then it is nothing but the construct or trait. Or we must have to take into consideration the psychological variables, psychological situations, all should be reflected in the test. Factorial test is nothing intercorrelation to identify the factors which were taken into consideration. And several factors are also affected the validity. Unclear direction. If direction will not be properly included, then we will have to face the problem. Difficult vocabulary or sentence structure, and you know that if the question instruction will not be clear, then the students will not be able to answer the question. Inappropriate level difficulty of the test item is there. Ambiguity is there. If the question has ambiguity, misinterpretation, then definitely there will be confusion. And sometimes we cannot find out the proper items, inappropriate items are there. If it will be included, if it will not cover the achievement, understanding, thinking and skills,
Sir,
then definitely it will not be accepted. बोलिए.
sir,
Hello. हाँ,
hello,
कुहतु.
sir. What is ambiguity?
Ambiguity means you know that misinterpretation जोटा कहूँ चाहे. Ambiguity माने संदेह जो तरह आसुथो. माने
Okay, sir.
okay, interpretation
Uh,
जोटा कहूँ confusion. We are getting the
hmm,
confusion. Suppose you are giving a statement, there is some ambiguity. I am not in a position to understand the subject. Okay, in the
okay, sir.
statement, that statement, what statement you are giving?
Okay, sir.
Usability, you know, that suppose we are constructing a test, but it is not possible to implement, then definitely it has no practicability. So the test should be administered properly. The test should be valued properly and get the score. And there will be question of the easy interpretation, and we can able to compare the firm, the test firm with others, and the cost of testing should be very less. Usability means practicability. आमे जो टेस्ट तैयारी करिबा को समय रे करिबा केते पैसा खर्च हबो से टेस्ट को आमे एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन करि परिबा नाही तारो इवैल्यूएशन करि परिबा नाही इजीली ताको इंटरप्रेट करि परिबा नाही ताको अन्य टेस्ट सहित कंपेरेबिलिटी करि हबो ना नाही सब जिंस को जदि आमे कंसीडर न करिबा तार यूजेबिलिटी किछि नाही आ जेमति सपोज यू आर हैविंग द चॉक बट यू डू नॉट नो हाउ टू यूज द चॉक यू आर हैविंग द पेन एंड इंक you are unable to write a story, you are unable to write a poem, you are unable to write something, then definitely there is no need of the pen. Okay, everything when you are using it, that is the utility, we can say. Utility means what? One satisfying capacity जोटा कि हमारा satisfy हे जब हमारा wants तापरे objectivity is there. We can say that good test must have the objectivity, item objectivity and scoring objectivity. And a norm, you can able to know the norm is always considered with the age norm, grade norms, whatever it may. Age ku you will have to take into consideration. No, grade ku will have to take into consideration. So then the test will be the very good test and standardized test. These are all the characteristics. Okay, next unit we'll have to go. That is the tools for assessment and evaluation. There are certain tools which are using in the process of assessment and evaluation. So many tests are there. We will have to go one by one. Within 2 hours, we'll have to cover so many subjects. It is very difficult on the part of the teacher to explain, and also it is the difficult for the students also. But some concept we'll have to clear so that you can go through the books and you can read it and your concept will be clear there. You know that one test is, what is test? Test is nothing but a technique or an instrument or a systematic procedure to measure the behavior of the student, means sample. When we are conducting the test in the research, at that time, we are preparing the questionnaire, we are preparing the rating scales, we are preparing the checklist, we are taking the samples. Samples means from the population. Suppose when you are taking the degree students, then all the degree students of the Orissa will not be taken into consideration. We'll have to take the sample from the different colleges. Then we'll have to utilize our tests there. When we are conducting the psychological test, only we are going to measure what? Please tell me, in the psychological test, what we will have to going to measure? Our mental and behavioral traits are there. Our intelligence, attitudes, interest, everything. And sometimes we are also conducting the achievement test. What we are doing? We are assessing the performance of the students regarding the subject matters. Achievement test. Achievement test means what? How far we are achieved going through the content of the subject matters. And sometimes you know that the test is also used to study the human abilities. It may be the intelligence, aptitude, skills, whatever it may be. When we are taking into consideration the personal characteristics, the traits are taken into consideration, attitudes, interest, and values. And all the different type of the test we are going to follow. One is paper pencil test. A standardized set of questions will be provided to you when you are appearing the competitive examinations. At that time, you are getting a question paper there, and a pencil will be provided to you. Then you will write on the question paper or giving the tick marks, and it is nothing but optical mark recognition. OMR sheets are provided, you will have to answer there. Then it will be very easy to evaluate through OMR sheet, because computer is there, and definitely we are saying that this type of the test is known as the paper pencil test by paper pen mark, where given it is paper pencil test. Oral test, oral response to answer to a question. Who will answer the question? Students will answer the question. On what basis? On his own problem. So there will be a conversation. The students are there to answer through vivacious examination. Nalini Kanta Mishra, hands up. କଣ ପଚାରିବାର ଅଛି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ସାର୍ ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ।
Good
ସାର୍
evening.
ମୁଁ ପଚାରୁଥିଲି କଣ କି ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଅନଲାଇନ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଗୁଡାକ ହଉଛି ସେଇଟା ପେପର ପେନସିଲ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଅଣ୍ଡରରେ ଆସିବ କି?
ଅନଲାଇନ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ନୁହଁ, ଅନଲାଇନ ଟେଷ୍ଟ କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ବେସ୍ଡ ଆର ଅଛି, ଆରି ପରେ ଗୋଟେ ଚାପ୍ଟର ଅଛି ଆର, ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ ମୁଁ ସେଠି ପଢେଇବି ଅନଲାଇନ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ ଟା। এইটা
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଯୋଉ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଓଏମଆର ଟେଷ୍ଟ, ଏଥିରେ ଓଏମଆର ଟେଷ୍ଟ କୋଉଠି ହୁଏ? ମାଟ୍ରିକୁଲେସନରେ ଦେଇନ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଦେଇଛ ତ? ଅନ୍ୟାନ୍ୟ ଯୋଉଠି କମ୍ପିଟିଟିଭ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ ହଉଛି ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ ଓଏମଆର ସିଟ୍ ଦେଇ ଦଉନାହାନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉଠି କମ୍ପ୍ୟୁଟର ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଇଜ ନଟ୍ ଦେୟାର,
ୟେସ୍
where
ସାର୍
computers are not available.
ୟେସ୍ ସାର୍
You will get the question paper and a sheet will be provided, and you will have to put tick mark or cross mark, whatever be instruction will be there. Okay.
ୟେସ୍ ସାର୍ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
Okay. Oral test. Oral test means oral response, the talk between the teacher and taught. That is what vivacious examination is there. ତମ project पर ଗୋଟେ vivacious ହୁଏନି କି examination after completion a
Yes, sir.
particular course?
Yes, sir.
ଓ,
ଛୋଟବେଳେ ବି ହଉଥିଲା, ଏବେ ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ଏକ୍ସାମ ରେ ବି ହୁଏ।
ଏବେ ବି ହଉଛି ନାଇଁ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ରେ ହୁଏ।
Practically ହୁଏ. Oral test is there. Expert are there, and you have to answer the questions regarding your project. Aptitude
ଦେଖିବି।
test. Aptitude test. You know that what do you mean by the aptitude? Attitude and aptitude, there is the difference. You know that aptitude means what? Your what?
Our
Your
presentation.
strength.
Interpersonal
Yes, your
skills
strength.
should be developed.
Yes. Suppose you are some aptitude towards the music, mechanical work, whatever it may be, then definitely that should be taken into consideration. Special aptitude test should be provided. It may be in the specific aptitude, like suppose one is very much interested towards, suppose one is interested for the teaching, but no interest towards the teaching. Music, no music qualities are there. So aptitude test is nothing to predict the future performance of the students. Then achievement test, measure the learning outcomes. The teacher is teaching, content area is covered, and after that the examination will be there. And in case of the achievement test, then definitely the students, learners will have to go through the test. General achievement test is nothing but an attempt to find out the educational achievement of the students in the different stages. Common subjects area are to be taken into consideration. But when we are conducting the special achievement test, then we are measuring the achievement of the students in the selected area. Achievement test means, that is, we can say the standardized test, achievement test. A diagnostic test and remedial test means when we are facing some sort of the problems regarding the language, mathematics, science, then we will have to provide certain help or assistance to the students to achieve the learning objectives, and remedial measures will be provided. How the below standard or weak standard students can able to improve learning capabilities. How will they about to consider their strength, academic strength. But intelligence test, you know what is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to learn. And intelligence is the global capacity of an individual to think purposefully and to deal effectively in the changing environment. And it is nothing but considering with the mental abilities of the students. Suppose in a particular class, one is listening, another is also listening. But how far one is assimilating and accommodating the knowledge, how he is keeping in the memory, that is important. Who is keeping more, he is intelligent. And how can we able to know the intelligence of the individual? Then we will have to conduct the intelligence test. And intelligence test will be conducted to find out the IQ. And you know that IQ means intelligence quotient is nothing but MA divided by CA. CA means chronological age into 100. Then we will have a table there. Suppose under 70, those who are there, they are feeble mindedness. 70 to 79, they are in the borderline. 80 to 89, dull. 90 to 109, average but normal. 110 to 119, superior. 120 to 140, very superior. Those who are above 140, they are very genius one. And another tools we are using to measure these are the tools to measure the students' performance, but some post-scholastic abilities are there, and we can able to use the rating scale, inventory, checklist, and schedules to test it. So rating scale, we'll have to rate, we'll have to give certain opinions in the various degrees. Suppose when we are saying one question, then definitely the answer will be there. Whether we are giving a statement, suppose we are giving a statement means you are the best student of the class. Whether we are strongly agree or disagree, then definitely you will put one tick mark there. That is the rating scale you are able to measure in degree. So the rating scale may be 3 point, 5 point, 7 point, or 9 point. You know that 3 point, 5 point, 9 point, 7 point means it is always considered in the odd number. Suppose how do you consider Ram's behavior in your class? Suppose numerically you will have to explain most pleasant, moderately pleasant, indifferent, moderately unpleasant, and most unpleasant. That is the 5-point scale. Graphical scale, here we are giving the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but here you will have to make a picture, then you will have to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, you will have to explain most pleasant, moderate pleasant, all these things. And questionnaire previously already we have discussed. It is a device comprising a series of questions dealing with some psychological, sociological, and educational topics are there. And I have told you that open-ended question is there. Suppose describe any one of the words found in the independence of India, any one. That is open-end question. You will answer according to your interest. Write an essay on Quit India movement. then you will have to write an essay regarding the Quit India movement, whatever you will desire. But in which year Quit India movement took place, then definitely options are there, and you will have to give tick mark in one. So definitely question, open-ended question means it is open to the students to answer according to their own interest. But closed-ended questions is not able to open your mind. Inventories are there, you know. It is very, we can say that inventories have been mostly used measuring the personality test. When you will go through the personality chapter, then definitely you will have to find out the different type of the inventories which are available. Checklist means there is a list. Suppose it is a simple device to answer a particular question. Suppose is the school building is fireproof? Then yes or no. That is the laundry. Suppose you are giving your dress in the laundry. Suppose 11 numbers. You will have to check whether you will get it 11 or not. Similarly, here your answer will be very clear that you will have to check yes or no. You will give the answer with yes or no. So it is also applied in the classroom instructional activities, and the students and teachers will take part in the activities. Interview is there, direct interaction with the student and taught, and interview schedules will have to prefer. It may be the structure or it may be the unstructured. But when we are concerned with the structured interview schedule, then definitely we say that interview schedule means structured interview schedule is standardized. It is determined in advance. The information will be given to the interviewer that you will have to attend the interview regarding a particular job, regarding particular profession, or regarding a particular course. Then you will have to prepare to answer the questions which will be put by the interviewer. Then definitely your wording is very important, your content knowledge is very important. But when we are on the unstructured interview schedule, here the series of questions are in advance, and here the interviewer is free to put the questions whenever he desires according to the situation. Unstructured, it is not structured. The interviewer will ask the question one by one. Observation schedule is there. Real life we are facing so many problems, so many situations, so many happenings are going on, and definitely we'll have to observe all these things, and we'll have to go through it to know about the students. So definitely observation schedule are so classified similarly structured and unstructured, participant and non-participant. Previously I have told you that participant observation is there, non-participant observation is there. Data is observed directly. First-hand information we'll have to get. When we'll get the direct information, first-hand information, then we'll have to correlate with the activities of the student. And if you will not rely, then information, if we will get, that is not sufficient to get the reliability, then definitely it will not to be considered valid. Anecdotal record. Anecdotal record provides the means of observation one's behavior. Means, what do you mean by the anecdotal records? Means we can say records means anecdotal अर्थ होची जे उपाख्यानमात्मक उपाख्यान ର ସବୁ ରେକର୍ଡସ ରହିଥିବ ଏହାର ବ୍ୟକ୍ତି ବିଶେଷର ତେଣୁ ଯୋଉଠି ବି ସିରିଜ ଅଫ notes are there. A record is to be maintained regarding the different events which are very dependable data and which we cannot change time to time. We are to refer it. So definitely the records of the specific incidents and factual descriptions about the student is there. And we must have to record all these things. Every teacher, parents, friends, and relatives are observing the students day by day. And those behaviors can formally recorded. And your understanding should be reflected there. And if the reports are not recorded, maybe formally or informally, then definitely we cannot know we cannot observe the present with the consultant with the past. So present and past knowledge about the students are very much essential. That is from the childhood or nursery or preschool. And here, collecting the data, the parents, siblings, and friends and peer groups are to be taken into consideration. So first-hand knowledge we will have to get. And secondly, we can say that it may be informal, but it is qualitative pictures will give regarding the individual's behavior. But you know that again we are getting the portfolio. The portfolio is a purposeful systematic collection and evaluation of the students' work that we are getting the document progress towards the meeting learning objectives. And portfolios have been used for years in the various fields such as architecture, art, and journalism. In this field, portfolios are being used with increasing frequency, and portfolios comprise artistic pieces, कलात्मक जोटा आम कहे आर्टिस्टिक कलात्मक कृति जोटाक आमर अच्छी ताकू मध्य आम सेठी रिफ्लेक्ट कर परिबा. Then it will be help purpose होची growth. Portfolio will have to find over the time there will be the development of the skills, self evaluation will be there, and we'll have to identify the strength and weakness, track the development, and it is nothing. The showcase portfolio means here we have to perceive everything when we are going to know the important works of the students, and students' current attitude will also have to be reflected, and it will have the greater importance on the future action. Evaluation portfolio, then when we are seeing all these things, then we'll have to place the students in the appropriately in the particular section or in the community or in the learning group. Rubric is nothing but an assessment tool for the teachers to assess the performance of the students in different areas. Here you will have to clear the doubt that different criteria of assessment is there, different areas are there, and it is nothing an assessment tool for the teachers to assess the performance of the students. तार अर्थ आम गोटे मूल्यांकन करवा अनेक गुड़िए विषय वस्तु नहीं गोटे फर्माट रे एवं आमको निश्चिंत भाव में एगुड़ी को आमको केमिति डेवलप करवा ताकू विल हैव टू गिव द opportunity to measure the students' performance based on the predetermined set of the criteria. And a rubric comprises two components. One is vertical and another is horizontal. Horizontal means when we make a square box, then definitely here we'll have to give the performance and the requirements, whatever it may be. Then last is ICT based assessment. ICT, you know, information communication technology, and it includes television, computer, iPads, and you know that LMS means learning management system is there, social networking is there, online teaching is there, digital performance, what we are doing, that is also included in the ICT. Use of ICT in various types of the assessment. How ICT we are using, technology developed, and it is also included in the evaluation and assessment process. Here, number one is technological, pedagogical content knowledge, TPAC, would be of the greater use in the teachers at this stage, and TPAC would be considered as one of the bases for the selection and integration of the technology, assessing the children's performance. Here we are using the technologies and the application of the technology online or help with the help of the computer, like computer, online testing, rubric, computer-based testing, learning management, systems, applications. And when we are organizing the different quizzes on the multiple choice, we are also taking the help of the online. Online and e-examination is there. Online examination which is nothing but the assessment occurs through internet, and that is known as the e-examination through the digital resources. And you know that when we will have to appear the online examination by e-examination, at that time you will be allotted with the user ID and password. You will use it and the software is ready to action. And students when ready, then he will have to attempt the question. When he will attempt the question, just click the mouse. But your answer should be very sequential, and online examination shows the progress of the examination, and during a particular time you will have to go through all the questions, and your assessing also progress you will be able to know. The final step in the online or e-examination is very important. After completion of the examination, you will never forget to press to click the submit button. But sometimes we are going through the e-portfolio and e-rubrics. Already we have discussed regarding the portfolio and rubrics. When the learning evaluation is a continuous and comprehensive process, we are taking the help of the internet and computer, and we are using the hard disks. Then all the documents should be kept in the records. And you know that you are always keeping your photos, your achievements in the email, or whatever maybe storage is there, email storage is there, and such records you are finding whenever you will have the necessity. So portfolio document or performance or activities undertaken and your participation in the co-curricular activities, everything should be in the systematic manner recorded, and highly it will be useful for the evaluation of the students' performance. When we are saying that e-portfolio, then digital portfolio is there, then the DigiLocker is there. Similarly, online portfolio is there, and digital works performed by the students should be stored in the e-portfolio. And you know that e-portfolio is digitalized collection of the artifacts, your achievements, and your art, cultural activities, and your demonstration, your resources, everything should be recorded there. Developmental work you will have to include there. Assessment of the programs you can include, and what you are keeping in your showcase, and definitely all things should be included. When you are preparing the report, inserting the graphs and pictures, then you whatever the write-up you have, definitely you must have to keep in the e-portfolios. E-rubrics, generally all the achievement tests are employed in the evaluating the children through the e, but here rubric is nothing but a set of guidelines on which the student's performance is assessed. So a rubric is unified criteria of the student's work. It includes description of the level of performances, and all things should be remain there.
ସାର୍ ଯୋଉ ରୁବ୍ରିକ୍ ଟାକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କଣ କହିବା?
ତାକୁ ରୁବ୍ରିକ୍ କି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ରୁବ୍ରିକ୍ ତ କହୁଛେ ଆମେ, ତାର ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଟର୍ମ next class ରେ I will have to give you. Okay? I remember it. Actually ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଟର୍ମ ଟା ଦରକାର। ସେ କହୁଛି ଯେ ଆମର ଯେତେ ଗୁଡ଼ିଏ କ'ଣ ଅଛି, ହଁ ସେଇଟାରେ କନଫ୍ୟୁଜ ହବାର କିଛି ନାହିଁ। ତମେ ଦେଖିବ ଯେ ଯେତେ ଗୁଡ଼ିଏ କ'ଣ ହଉଛି କି ଆମର ରୁବ୍ରିକରେ ମ୍ୟାଟର୍ସ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ରଖିବା, ସେତେ ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଶୋ କେସ୍ ଧରିନିଅ, ବୁଝିଗଲା କି? शोकेस माने बुझछटी तुम घरे गोटे शोकेस नहीं कि सेतरे
आज्ञा
तुम सब जाक जते स्किल्स अछि जते प्राइजेस अछि जहा किछि अछि सब जाक तुम सेट रखछ ना नहीं
आज्ञा
सेगुडा सब आइडेंटिफाई होछि ना नहीं बाय अदर्स
हाँ हाँ
तेणु students is identified for their practical works practical skills okay that is nothing rubric is more descriptive because here we can able to know all the skills and activities of the students okay which are to be identified and it assess the performance of the students whenever we will go through it then definitely we can able to know suppose for example I will tell you suppose you are interested to know the temperature of the child what you would desire to get thermometer or not thermometer or not
yes sir
then when you will have to get the thermometer how you can use it if you have not the skills there are certain skills are there holding the thermometer measuring the temperature recording the reading and so on yes or no
आज्ञा
suppose you want to achieve something suppose you are very much interested in dance suppose you are very much interested in art you are having some sort of the cultural activities then you are getting so many photos and everything are there and you are having the certain skills yes or no without the skills you cannot achieve all these things so some parameters are there so if you have completed all the parameters then definitely you can able to achieve the success yes or no
yes
and
sir
that subjects will be in the rubric okay
yes sir
to develop the rubric it is nothing but your assessment on the particular activity what parameters are formed it may be poor or it may be very poor it may be average it may be good it may be very good but you are satisfied with your activities yes or no suppose you are appearing the examination are you sure that you will get the first class if everybody is interested to be the number one then definitely it is not possible so our basic idea will have to a e-rubric that will help to know or evaluate the students' performance. Yes or no? When a teacher will know all these things, then definitely it will help to evaluate the students properly. Then ICT is also we are using for what? We are using to conduct the test, to prepare the questionnaire, to prepare the quiz, to prepare the multiple choice. And sometimes without computer, we are not going to do anything. Suppose we are using the Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, whatever it may be. Then we are using the internet. Without computer, are you doing all these things? So e-learning softwares are there. Learning management system is there. E-contents are there, blogs are there, wikis are there, e-books are there, chat services are there, virtual classrooms are there, PDF readers or emails are there. And if we will have to get, definitely we will have to take the help of the internet. Yes or no? Without the help of the internet, we cannot get all these things. But all the softwares are not free, or the learning materials are not free, or the books, e-books, electronics books are not free. We'll have to provide something so that it is also sometimes very costly. Suppose whenever we are going to purchase the software, then we will have to pay the vendor. So here, definitely, when we will have to use the ICT tools, then definitely it is very easy on the part of the teachers to prepare the test and also to analyze the result. And you know that we are having the commercial website and having the free websites which are also available and which are also very much useful for the assessment. Suppose you know that there are so many multiple choice questions we are getting in the different websites on the current issues. And we are also checking by ourselves, just putting a click, then you will have to get the answer. And lastly, it is showing that whether your answer is correct or not. If it is incorrect, right answer you will have to go through it. Then definitely it will develop your learning ability or capabilities. How far you are eligible for the test. So definitely here I can say you that it is the test. There are so many tests which are available in the internet, and information communication technology is very much essential for the teachers and also the students. Suppose you know that when we are using the PowerPoint, when you are using the PDF for learning, at that time we are going through the PDF matters, and at that time for me it is also very easy to teach, and for you it is also very easy to understand. But if in a particular classroom situation, if it will be explained properly with some sort of the examples and having the participation of the students, then definitely it will be more lively, because time is less and topic is more. Here in one class we will have to complete how many units? That is 4 units are there. Means block 2 is there, and it is not possible to cover all the matters in a systematic manner, and also so that you can able to understand all the matters. So definitely we must have to go through the important topics which are included, and just concept clearance is there, and you
Yes,
will be satisfied with all these matters. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your participation and cooperation. And in the next class, we'll have to go through the block 3.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Good night. Let us close it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Good night. Good night.